Hello there, I'm Lloyd Evans. Welcome to The Bunker. It's time for another voicemail. Today's voicemail has been left by an anonymous caller. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Hi, Lloyd. Feel free to use this on your channel if you decide to. But my question is, how do you reconcile the good things or the positive things from your life that may have their origins in the Jehovah's Witness religion, and that you still have um, now that you've left? For instance, your family, the wife that you have, your moral system. I have a lot of friends that recognize the problems with the organization, but their reluctance in leaving is, well, this organization has given them some good things. So, curious as to how to kind of answer that question. And I thought you were a good source because you are someone that has some good things from the religion, even though now you're obviously not a part of the religion. Thanks.
That's a great question. And yes, thank you for leaving that. Short but sweet. And I do have an answer for that. You point out that I do have positive things from being a Jehovah's Witness. It was through my Jehovah's Witness background that I came to meet my wife. I actually met my wife on our first reunion following my MTS class because a guy in my wife's congregation was on my class, and we decided a year after our MTS to visit this chap's congregation. Ironically, he's no longer a Jehovah's Witness. He is an apostate, but it's a bit complicated. He's basically a hardcore Russellite, last I checked, and a little bit deluded. Anyway, it was through this mutual friend that my wife and I came to meet each other. And obviously, since meeting and getting married, we've had 2 beautiful children. So what does this tell us about the rightness or wrongness of the Jehovah's Witness religion? Absolutely nothing would be my answer. It's a little bit like saying this woman has a child through being raped, therefore rape is okay. That's clearly a nonsensical proposition. There are any number of terrible things that can happen to someone where, due to that thing happening, something positive has transpired, but it doesn't make that terrible thing good. Another example I'll give you is, and I may have mentioned this before on the channel, but it directly relates to this question. My great-grandmother lost her husband in World War One. So my great-grandmother lost her husband in World War One. He was a soldier. I forget exactly where he was stationed or how he died or when he died. I just know that my great-grandmother lost her first husband in World War One and remarried so that she married my great-grandfather. You can see where this is going. So my great-grandfather came to have my grandmother came to have my mother, and my mother came to have me. Does that make World War One a good thing? Does that make war a good thing? Does that make bloodshed a good thing? Clearly not. It's just a fact of life that positives can come from almost anything, including negatives, including people doing terrible things to each other. And in this case, we're talking about a cult that ruins lives, that breaks apart families, that manipulates people to die rather than accept blood transfusions, and that endangers children through grossly negligent child safeguarding policies. So don't let anyone fob you off with this idea that, oh, Jehovah's Witnesses are wonderful because I happen to have benefited in this unrelated way. No, that's not how it works. It's just a fact of life that good things can come from almost any situation. It doesn't make terrible things good. It doesn't make evil good. It's just the way life works. So I hope I've answered that question for you. It's one of those things where I guess someone can say it to you and they can maybe catch you off guard and trick you into thinking, oh yeah, that's a really good point. But another way of looking at it would be, you know, this benefit that you're claiming from the organization, can you prove that you would never get this benefit or a similar benefit through joining another organization? So in other words, what if I'd been a Scientologist and I'd met my wife through Scientology and as a result had children through my connection with Scientology? Would that make Scientology good? You know, it's just obvious when you think about it that that's just not how it works. But I do relate to believers convincing themselves with such bad logic and trying to fob off others. But it's just not a good argument for reasons I've explained. So thank you very much for sending in that voicemail. If you would like to leave a voicemail, the thing to do is go to speakpipe.com/Cedars, remembering to indicate clearly if you don't want me to play your message on my channel. But that's all I have time for. Don't forget to subscribe to the Lloyd Evans channel for more such videos. And as always, thank you for watching.